Well, it has been 1 year since Russia launched a full-scale invasion into Ukraine. Military leaders estimate more than 200,000 people have been killed on both sides. Help for Ukraine continues to pour in from around the world. And 10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido takes a look inside the rescues one local nonprofit has done in this war-torn country.
Nobody wakes up and hopes to be rescued. Nobody wakes up and says, I hope I'm a refugee.
It's an emotional undertaking many never thought would last this long.
It's a war of attrition, and the Russians are banking on the idea that the Americans in the West lose our resolve.
A year later, Russia is still in Ukraine. People in the war-torn country fighting to stay in control. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky emotional when talking about his children, saying they're the most important people for me. I do not see them often. The fearless leader guiding his people on the ground, asking for help from the West. The U.S. announced a new $2 billion security assistance package, including ammunition, small high-tech drones, and another round of sanctions on Russian companies, banks, and people.
If we stop supporting them, Russia invades the whole thing, takes them all over, and that's the end of the show. The Ukrainians can't hold their own in that regard.
And the founder of Project DYNAMO, a nonprofit organization out of Tampa making rescues daily, says that's why their mission hasn't ended.
We did just under 100 people yesterday at Kherson and the border. For perspective, that was about 12 hours ago.
More than 400 operations and 6,000 people later, they've saved lives and stopped tragedy.
And the need is increasing.
As Ukraine pushes to end this war, Brian says it won't happen anytime soon. So in the midst of chaos, they'll keep rescuing as many people as they can.
As long as there's a need and we're funded, we'll continue to operate.
In St. Pete, Angelina Salcido, 10 Tampa Bay.
Now, Project DYNAMO is volunteer-based and can only continue doing those missions with rescue funding from donations. So if you'd like to help, we have a link in this story on 10tampabay.com.